your secret as Alfred Mutua to have that done? Because when you look at the national government and the devolved government, one might be tempted to think maybe you have more money that is given to your county. According to an article we've seen in the paper today, Machakos County is one of those who had borrowed quite an amount of money without Treasury approving it. Could those be some of the secrets that possibly you have more funds available to you and you're able to do more?
What we've done is actually three things in Machakos. The first thing is to look at how much money we have and decided to utilize it well. And this means squeezing the shilling. So you do procurement that is based on what you want to achieve, not on just giving contracts to suppliers, to contractors. And where you can save money, you save money. You have to squeeze the shilling. And that is very, very important. The second thing is to ensure that you work on projects and you actually work on projects. I don't know you know what I mean. You don't just work on projects. You're not just launching and launching and launching. You're launching and carrying through. When you say we've got a water program, the water is being felt and you're supervised to ensure that that water project is working. That tractor is on the road. That bore is being dug. You get what I mean? So it is actually pushing on that. And the last thing is cutting out these elements of corruption. Because I can assure you, from my experience, people ask me, what did you learn from working with the Mwai Kibaki government? And I tell people,
as a government spokesman,
I did not learn how to do things, but rather I learned how not to do things. Because the amount of corruption in this country means that only a third, from my estimation, at that, only a third of allocated resources for development projects actually go on to development projects.
So where does the rest go?
These corners, this conniving between contractors and government officials, these long bureaucratic processes. You know, when you've got long procedures of bureaucracy, it doesn't mean you cut down corruption, it just increases corruption.
True.
Because it means that from that file to move, instead of having 3 stages, where somebody goes, number 1, number 2, invoice, number 3, payment. When it has to go through these 10, 15 verification systems, it actually enhances corruption. When you cut down procedures to 1 or 2 steps, which you can follow, it cuts down corruption.
Okay.
But when you have 15 stages, mtu anakalia file anaweka chini ya meza, that file will never be paid unless you talk to this person.